Just Encouragement TV. I'm your host, and today we are going to give a word that I just wrote. And the title of it, And Because God is the Greatest Power. And because God is the greatest power. And because God is the greatest power, I believe in the impossible. I believe in the power of faith, in the strength of hope, and in the love that guides us through every storm. When we put our trust in Him, we tap into a reservoir of potential that knows no bounds. We become unstoppable, unshakable, and unafraid. Think about it, my friends. When we were faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, when we're confronted with doubts and fears that threaten to overwhelm us, it's faith that lifts us up. It's faith that gives us the courage to take the next step, to push beyond our limits, and to achieve greatness. So let's rise up with faith and hope and with love. Let's face our challenges with courage and confidence. And because God is the greatest power, I believe in the impossible. I believe in the power of faith, in the strength of hope, and in the love that guides us through every storm. When we put our trust in Him, we tap into a reservoir of potential that knows no bounds. We become unstoppable, unshakable, and unafraid. Think about it, my friends. When we're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, when we're confronted with doubts and fears that threaten to overwhelm us, it's faith that lifts us up. It's faith that gives us the courage to take that next step, to push beyond our limits and to achieve greatness. So let's rise up with faith, with hope, and with love. Let's face our challenges with courage and confidence, knowing that God is always with us, guiding us, and empower us to overcome. Let's not be held back by our past. Let's not be limited by our present. And let's not be defined by our circumstances. Let's be defined by our faith, by our hope, and by our love for God. When we do, we'll discover that we're capable of more than we ever thought possible. We discover that we can overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal, and live a life that's full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So let's trust in God. Let's believe in ourselves and let's go out and make a difference in the world. So here's the challenge. Starting today, I want you to apply this principle into your daily process. Every morning, take a moment to pray, to reflect, and to set your intentions. Ask God to guide you, strengthen you, and to empower you to overcome any challenge that comes your way. As you go about your day, remember that you're not alone. Remember that God is with you, guiding you, and empowering you to achieve greatness. And when faced with challenges, don't give up. Instead, draw on the power of faith, hope, and love. So let's make a commitment to ourselves and to God to live a life that's full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Let's rise above our limitations and achieve greatness. Let's show the world that what we're capable of when we trust in God and believe in ourselves. So I challenge you personally today. Apply this into your process, your daily improvement. Take control of your life, trust in God, and watch yourself become unstoppable. You got this. God is moving on our lives far more than what we realize. He is making us into the best versions of ourselves that we can be. All we have to do is just have that commitment to continue on polishing up our skills, continuing on learning what's possible if we believe in ourselves, learning what's possible if we have dreams, goals, and aspirations. Here at Just Encouragement TV, we pride ourselves on putting our best foot forward, on being more of ourselves today than we were yesterday, on becoming strong, committed, and moving forward day by day. If this is your first time to the channel, subscribe to the channel. I would definitely appreciate it. It helps enlarge the platform. It helps me get to that next level, so therefore I can reach out to more people, reach more parts of the world that I haven't touched yet. There's been people that have chimed in from Australia, Indonesia, United Kingdom, Canada, South Africa, Kenya, several other countries, too numerous to mention. And because God is the greatest power, I believe in the impossible. I believe in the power of faith, in the strength of hope, and in love that guides us through every storm. When we put our trust in Him, we tap into a reservoir of potential that knows no bounds. We become unstoppable, unshakable, and unafraid. Think about it, my friends. When we're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, when we're confronted with doubts and fears that threaten to overwhelm us, it's faith that lifts us up. It's faith that gives us the courage to take that next step, to push beyond our limits and to achieve greatness. So let's rise up with faith, with hope, and with love. Let's face our challenges with courage and confidence, knowing that God is always with us, guiding us and empowering us to overcome. Let's not be held back by our past. Let's not be limited by our present. And let's not be defined by our circumstances. Let's be defined by our faith, by our hope, and by our love for God. When we do, we'll discover that we're capable of more than what we ever deemed possible. We'll discover that we can overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal, and live a life that's full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So let's trust in God, let's believe in ourselves, and let's go out there and make a difference in the world. So here's the challenge. Starting today, I want you to apply this principle into your daily processes. Every morning, take a moment to pray, to reflect, and to set your intentions. Ask God to guide you, to strengthen you, and to empower you to overcome any challenge that comes your way. As you go about your day, remember that you're not alone. Remember that God is with you, guiding you and empowering you to achieve greatness. And when faced with challenges, don't give up. Instead, draw on the power of faith, hope, and love. Let's make a commitment to ourselves and to God to live a life that's full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Let's rise above our limitations and achieve greatness. Let's show the world that what we're capable of when we trust in God and believe in ourselves. So I challenge you to apply this into your process, your daily improvement. Take control of your life, trust in God, and believe in yourselves, and you'll become definitely unstoppable. You have got this. You are going to that next level in your life. No one is going to stop you. No one is going to hold you back. Here at Just Encouragement TV, me being the host of this channel, Keith Rowland, I am a cancer survivor. I am living proof that when you pray to God and continue to believe on what you ask God, He will move on your behalf. You take one step towards God and He'll take two steps towards you. I'm here to tell you, whether you're on Twitch or whether you're on YouTube, I need for you to follow this channel. Help me enlarge this platform. help me get to that next level so we can achieve the things that we need to achieve with this channel, that we can step out, intercede for other individuals, intercede for our purposes, and we'll begin to realize that we can become more than anyone ever thought that we can believe. Yes. Yes, that's just definitely what we're going for today is continued encouragement. And if you're checking in for the first time, let me know where you're checking in from so I can shout you out. As soon as I see the comment, I'll be happy to shout you out and let everyone know where you're from and you're checking in from. And you're just the type of person to be encouraged. You're the type of individual that we need on this platform to keep us all encouraged, because it is a domino effect of greatness that I'm establishing with this platform, and you joining it. This helps us gain that momentum that we need in order to go to that next level, in order to help more people feel better about themselves. Because we are a world community now. With the advent of the popularity of these social media platforms, we can reach out and touch people, whether you're in a village, a Providence, a mountain in Switzerland, or a village in Africa. In the southernmost unorganized parts, if you have a phone or a way to reach the internet, we are neighbors. We have to believe that no one is greater than the next person. We have to believe that we can not only believe in ourselves, but our belief in ourselves is a body language that's able to be passed on to other people. I'm grateful for that. I'm happy for that, because being a cancer survivor, God removed that full cup of adversity from my life, because it says in Hebrews 13:1 to let brotherly love continue. And Hebrews 13:2 it says, be careful to entertain strangers, because thereby some have entertained angels unawares. Seems as though we might be having some technical difficulties, but the devil is a liar. We don't care about what they say, what they try to do. They're not going to hold us back. Those people that don't believe in us, they don't see the vision. They don't see the struggle behind the scenes. They don't see the things that we go through in order to believe, in order to know that we can get to that next level. We can continue to be encouraged, continue to be uplifted, continuing to believe that no one can stop us. When God before you, who in the world could be against you? Who in the world could stop anything that you would dream of? That you would come to the conclusion of that I'm going to step out. I'm going to step out on faith, and I'm going to put my works with that faith. That's why I established this channel, because I didn't have a lot of support when I was going through my cancer treatment. I had my mother there, and she was instrumental in helping me through it. My wife has helped me through this emotional struggle, because it's not just a physical struggle, it is a mental struggle. It's mental from the standpoint of not knowing if you're going to make it or not, not knowing if you're going to see tomorrow. So that's why every day is valuable. Every day we have to go out there. We have to believe that we are greater than we was yesterday. Just Encouragement TV, we are going to that next level. Max Payne, how you doing today, man? I appreciate you checking in. I really do. Every time somebody checks in to the channel that I haven't seen before, guys, I am thankful that I woke up today with Jesus on my mind. He gave me the ability to see another day that I had not seen previously. My wife always tells me that she's thankful to see another day that she never saw before. That is the ability to being able to be thankful, being able to be grateful for the simple things in life, being able to push yourself to that next level, being able to tell other people, hope on God, believe you can do it, believe you can get there. Excuse me. And that's the next level that we're going to go to. Let me take a sip of my coffee. Encouragement with every single sip. I think I might have taken too big of a drink, big thirsty. But if you're checking in for the first time, I appreciate you guys. My name is Keith Rowland. I am a cancer survivor. I am a firm believer in God is the same yesterday, today, tomorrow, and forevermore. Meaning that if you've seen God do something miraculous for somebody else, don't believe for 1 second that he won't move on your behalf in your life. Don't believe for 1 second that the business that you started, the construction project that nobody thought that you could do, you're going to be able to, you are to be able to complete it, and you're going to be able to complete it to the best of your ability and more than anyone ever thought. Yes. Yes. Continued encouragement is what we're hoping for, is what we're striving for, whether we're talking to one person in the chat or 1,001. It doesn't matter. Each one teach one. Each one tell each other that we can do it. We're going to make it, and nobody's going to stop our greatness, because when you get together with God and you guys decide that you're going to strive and you're going to move to that next level, nobody, I mean nobody, is going to stop you. You're going to tell people, what your goals are, what your aspirations are, and this is exactly what you're going to hear. You're going to hear that over and over and over again, but we don't care about that. While you might be hearing this, God is waiting to do this. God is waiting to do that for your spirit. God is ready to take you on to that next level. When you hoping and believing and praying and continuing to ask God for the next movements in your life, that's when you know that you are going to do it. Nobody is going to stop you. Nobody's going to keep you from going to that next level. And because God is the greatest power, I believe in the impossible. I believe in the power of faith and the strength of hope and in the love that guides us through every storm. When we put our trust in Him, we tap into a reservoir of potential that knows no bounds. We become unstoppable, unshakable, and unafraid. Think about it, my friends. When we're faced with challenges that seem insurmountable, when we're confronted with doubts and fears that threaten to overwhelm us, it's faith that lifts us up. It's faith that gives us the courage to take that next step, to push beyond our limits, and to achieve greatness. So let's rise up with faith, with hope, and with love. Let's face our challenges with courage and confidence, knowing that God is always with us, guiding us, and empower us to overcome. Let's not be held back by our past. Let's not be limited by our present. And let's not be defined by our circumstances. Let's be defined by our faith, by our hope, and by our love for God. When we do, we'll discover that we're capable of more than what we ever thought possible. We'll discover that we can overcome any obstacle, achieve any goal, and live a life that's full of purpose, joy, and fulfillment. So let's trust in God, let's believe in ourselves, and let's go out there and make a difference in the world. So here's the challenge. Starting today, I want you to apply this principle into your daily process. Every morning, take a moment to pray, to reflect, and to set your intentions. Ask God to guide you, to strengthen you, and to empower you to overcome any challenge that comes your way. As you go about your day, remember that you're not alone. Remember that God is with you, guiding you and empowering you to achieve greatness. And when faced with challenges, don't give up. Instead, draw on the power of faith, hope, and love. Let's make a commitment to ourselves and to God to live a life that's full of your purpose, joy, and fulfillment. Let's rise above our limitations and achieve greatness. Let's show the world that we're capable of a lot more when we trust in God and believe in ourselves. So I challenge you again today, apply this principle, this process into your daily improvement. Take control of your life, trust in God, and watch yourself become unstoppable. You got this. You got this. You got the power to continue to overcome. It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you. When God puts his circle of protection, his fingertip of guidance over your life, that's when you go to that next level. That's when you start believing on the dreams that you've been thinking about. Leave procrastination behind. I didn't have the belief in myself to think that I could start a channel, something like this, of this magnitude, being on YouTube, being on Twitch, being on TikTok, Instagram, Trovo, several different outlets on Facebook. God is enlarging my platform more than I can even realize. There's so many comments, so many uh, reactions that I can't fathom it all because God has his hand of guidance over the whole situation. And if you're feeling like something that you want to do in your life and you just don't have the courage or you just don't have the faith or the hope, go back to your foundation. Go back to your prayer closet. Go back to where it all started. Is when you were having thoughts in your mind, prayers in your spirit, and courage in your heart. I am a cancer survivor turned motivational speaker. This platform will be larger than I will know what to do with. Matter of fact, when I get ready to leave from here, someone else will take over from here. This will be one of the largest platforms. I am speaking victory over this channel. I am speaking victory over my life and victory over the lives of anybody that's under the sound of my voice. If you hear my voice, subscribe to this channel. Subscribe to this channel, comment below, share this content, this inspiring content with somebody that you know that needs a hand up, not a handout. We don't need no handouts. We need hands up. Hands up to let God know that we surrender all to him. We surrender from a standpoint of knowing that God is going to take us to that next level. All we have to continue to do is believe on him. Continue to believe on what he has planned for us. Because when God has something for you, nobody can stop it. When you're thinking you're hearing this, God is ready to have you hear this. Standing room only. In your spirit. You stare in that mirror, you stare in your rear view as you're driving and let you know that person is victorious. That person's going to be successful. That person is not going to be stopped by the doubts of the world and the troubles of those around you because you belong to God. When God is for you, who could be against you? Who could stop you? Who could stop the greatness that God put in your spirit? Who can stop the magnificent ideas that are trapped in your mind? You now have the power to let them out, and you already have a team. If you're married, it's you, your wife, or you, your husband, and God. The three of y'all, that's a team. That's a team. A team of successful, motivated, encouraged, humble, respectful. Procrastination is no longer part of your MO. It's no longer part of your makeup. It's no longer part of what encourages you day by day. We are better than we were yesterday. You look in the mirror, you look in your rearview mirror in your car, and tell yourself, I am not the victim. I am victorious. Whatever they said to you before, that wasn't true. What I'm telling you right now is you are a child of God. It was not a mistake that you were brought here. You were victorious. The ground that you are going to walk on is going to be blessed before you even get there because of our God. We serve an awesome God. We serve a victorious God. We serve a God that owns cattle on 1,000 hills. A lot of times we have not because we ask not. I'm asking God to enlarge my platform. I'm asking God to continue to bless my family. I'm asking God to continue to put the words of encouragement into my pastor. I'm asking that God continue to uplift all those that are around me, all those that are under the sound of my voice. They need to continue to be uplifted, continue to be encouraged, continue to know that God is pulling for you. But you have to talk to him. You have to let him know what your plans are. So that way he'll have something to bless. A lot of times we don't get to that next level because we don't ask God to bless that situation. We don't ask God to continue to encourage us. Man, I love coffee. Oh, that's pretty good. That's encouragement with every sip. Encouragement with every cup. Being able to speak on this platform, having my own little high horse to get up on, I'm going to get up on it for Jesus. It's going to be more of God and less of me. A lot of times I don't feel like I have things to add, things to bring forth. That's where the power of God comes in. That's where the anointing is spilled over me. Because when God calls you, he will qualify you. I have a word in my heart, a word in my spirit that will uplift lots of people. Because everybody knows somebody that's either had cancer or somebody in their family that's had cancer or going through a life altering sickness to where they're unsure of whether they're going to make it or not or go to that next level or not. We have to grant encouragement to our fellow men. The only way you can There's more ways to encourage people than just words. Ultimately, you can practice intercessory prayer. You can stand in the gap for somebody that maybe doesn't know how to stand up for themselves, that maybe doesn't realize that they're victorious. And if you've gone through a lot of things in your life, that means that there's a larger calling on your life. Sometimes people are like, why did that happen to me? Why did I have to get cancer? I had a job making close to six figures at a pork processing plant in management. I thought that I had arrived, but that wasn't God's plan for my life. I had to go through my cancer treatment because I was a poet in the past. I practiced poetry. I felt as though the different pains and adversities that I had faced in my life sprouted poetry, it sprouted music, speech, and motivation in my heart. And only way to solidify that, I had to have a test that is now a testimony. This whole channel was established on the fact that God healed me from cancer. That's something for me to be motivated. That is something for me to pass on to the next person. It doesn't matter what platform you're watching from. Subscribe to this channel. I need to enlarge this platform. I need to fulfill the things that I ask God, and I need to fulfill the things that God asks me. And God asked me to be an example. God asked me to be a testimony to describe to others that hadn't gone through what I've gone through, to know that there's help out there. You can survive if you have the correct mindset. If you set yourself up with continued prayer, continued faith, continued hope, continued love, along with Christian motivation, just encouragement and motivation, those are the foundational words that are attached to my channel that I need you guys to have in your spirit. I need you to have that hope. If you're a creator and you feel like your work is not getting to the people that you're wanting it to get to, you need to continue on pressing upon. You need to keep on moving, whether you're streaming to one person or, like I said earlier, 100,000. My platform is going to enlarge before I even understand how to even properly understand everything. Like the computer is doing its own thing, but yet it's recording the words that God put upon my spirit to say to other individuals. That you need to be encouraged, that you need to have hope on your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations, because we need to uplift ourselves so we can uplift our surroundings. We are all a part of the grand scheme that is God's kingdom. We are a piece of it. We all can be stepping stones for one another. You can help me get to that next level as though I'm helping you get to that next level. You're helping me get to that next level by subscribing to this channel, by encouraging me with comments, shares, telling other people that I'm bringing forth the good news of Jesus. I'm bringing forth motivational, inspiring, determination, defining, encouragement, building content. Because God has put it on my heart. God wants me to be someone for other people while being up there to myself. I need to elevate myself in my eyes. And I feel like when I just stand idly by, when I have a positive word in my spirit, I need to share that. I need to share that with other people. And I need other people to know that God is out there for them. He is understanding the world is doing this. The world continues to do this, and God is waiting to do this. God is waiting to do this. I said, God is waiting to do this. That's the clap. That's the signal. That's the whistle for you to start your race. That's the signal for you to continue on moving. Continue on moving ahead of God. Who is that? I am streaming. I need for you to do what you're going to do and do it quickly. Stop running in and out of here. Okay? You're aggravating me. God continues to move on our behalf. Excuse me, I had to do some correcting to my grandchildren. But when God be for you, who can be against you? Nobody can say a word, good or bad, to put you up there or on down there. But when you're encouraged in your spirit and you know to read your Bible and you know that Jesus is the source of where our help comes from. And when you team up with him, he's going to team up with you. He's going to team up with your family. He's going to team up with your purpose, with your destiny. He's going to keep you encouraged. And the devil will try you from time to time because if you aren't going through anything at all, then the devil must be happy with you. You must be moving on his behalf. But when you start seeing a little bit of trials, seeing a little bit of tribulations, seeing your business not take off as fast as it was in past months, that's just letting you know you're on to something. When you receive a little bit of difficulty, you're on to something. Because anything that is worth working for is not going to be easy to get. It's not going to be easy for you to accomplish it right away. You know, I'm not going to have 100,000 subscribers or followers or people donating to the channel and all that different stuff. If I don't get on here and stream and believe that the content that I'm bringing forward is inspired by God, it is inspired by the journey that I had with my cancer walk, stage 4 prostate cancer, mind you. My numbers were all the way up. I'm not a doctor or anything in regard to that, but 999 was my score when I first got diagnosed. I didn't even know I had anything wrong with me. But I was helping run some power to a tiny house behind a friend of mine's uh, main house on his property. And I kind of, the ground lot of it gave away, you know, by the trench we had dug. And I kind of, you know, my legs slid down in there and everything. I thought I was okay and all. But then, you know, my leg got to swelling up. The swelling just wouldn't go down for whatever reason. So I went to my primary doctor and they ran this is a good time for this word, a plethora of tests on me. And, you know, I felt healthy. You know, I was losing weight. You know, I wasn't sure why I was losing weight. And I run through it and lo and behold, stage 4 prostate cancer. That was a really trying time in my life. You know, I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to do. But one thing that I knew to do was to hope on God, continue to pray to Jesus, continue to look to the hills from whence cometh my help. God is moving on my behalf. He has done more for me than I ever deemed possible. And he continues to take me to that next level. Those are the sort of things that I'm encouraged by, I'm motivated by. I'm uplifted every time somebody subscribes to the channel, somebody tells me of a time that they overcame something, a time that they overcame whatever they were dealing with in their life. Trying times for trying situations. We're going to continue on hoping, on praying, on the enlargement of this channel. God is going to make a way out of no way. And if you checked in for the first time, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification. That way you know the next time I go live, the next time I upload another uplifting video, the next time that someone receives the encouragement that they've been hoping on, believing on. Because I'm always encouraged when I see somebody is going to that next level. If you checked in for the first time, I'm thanking you. My name is Keith Rowland. I'm a cancer survivor. Just Encouragement TV. Be encouraged, be blessed. Until next time, try God and God will try you.